Welcome to this evening. My name is Liza, and I'm Gus's mom. And you are very lucky to be here because this is a very special event. And if I had the time, I wish I could come too, but November is a busy time for teachers, so I can't. But I'm going to talk with you, tell you about two things. One, the album which you are about to hear is really an incredible album, actually. It is an amazing combination of new, unreleased music that I think is amazing, and the older classic pieces of music that Gus made, which I also think are amazing. So you'll hear things that are new, you'll hear things that, if you know Gus's music, his work from back 2015, you will hear familiar music. We work very hard to keep the music the way Gus made it, and there are pieces of albums. And don't worry, because it's my hope to release all of his albums, or you call them mixtapes, eventually. So that's just my hope, anyway. But I think the track list and the way the music is put together is very powerful, the way we put the songs next to each other and which one came after which other one. It was very thoughtfully done. And the collaborators, to all the collaborators on the songs, I'm very grateful. All of them. They're just very different sounding songs, and I think that's most of the beauty of it, really. So enough about that. A lot of people worked very hard to make it happen, and I think they did. We've all done a great job. Mostly done. So that leads me to the next thing that I wanted to say or address, which is that you are very lucky because you're going to get to hear the stories of several of Gus's collaborators. And I think a wonderful thing about the group of people that you will hear from is that they worked with Gus from early on and then up to the end of his life. So you've got people who worked with him to help him make some of the earlier songs that we know and love, like Cry Baby. And that isn't even the early songs, but and producers that he worked with a lot, but on such different pieces of work. So you're going to hear. I'm hoping you will be able to hear their stories, and there's so much. From when Gus met people in Denver, when Gus met people online, when Gus was working with people in England, and then back in LA again, in studios, or sending beats and mixed vocals back and forth on the internet. There's just a wide variety of stories, and some of these guys overlap too, so they worked together with Gus, or some of them worked on their own with Gus. I think it's a very valuable collection of stories that you very likely will hear tonight. And I'm very grateful to them for coming. They may not love speaking in front of a group of people, so they're doing this for Gus and for you, and I'm very grateful to them for doing it. To Roger for doing this, and I think you're in for a treat. I want to thank SoundCloud, who is partnering with us for this event. SoundCloud is responsible for all of this music. That is really for sure. When Gus discovered SoundCloud, he became so excited and he ran out of his bedroom and told me all about it and what it meant for kids like him to be able to make music, kids who did not have, young people who did not have more than a laptop and a good set of headphones. It really leveled the playing field, and I almost think he said that, but I sure said that to him. It was really, really interesting to learn about it. And SoundCloud was a very powerful platform and motivator for Gus and for a lot of his collaborators. And I know many others who haven't worked with Gus. So I think it's important to mention SoundCloud, and I want to thank all the SoundCloud people for helping make this happen as well.
All right. I had all this stuff I was going to say. No, I don't think I need to say it because Liza said it all. But I was just going to say that it's been a really exciting time for the last few weeks, and all the stuff that's coming up with Lil Peep. The Goth Angel Sinner EP drops. We've got our Everybody's Everything album coming next week. The film comes next week. Just real quick about the album, and I know Liza said most of this, but really was a labor of love. A lot of thought and effort went into it. It spans, it's a great companion piece to the film. It's not a soundtrack, but it was really well thought out as to which songs would go on there so that it could cover all of his career but work really cohesively together. It starts all the way back to a song called Keep My Cool, which we're gonna play tonight, which I don't think most people have heard most of. And it's got songs that people know existed but have never been out. It's got songs that have never been on all streaming services, and it's got songs that people didn't even know about. So it's really exciting that we get to put this out. A lot of people in submitting questions online asked what the hardest thing about it was and how many of the songs had to come off. The good news is that none of them had to come off, but it has literally been a race to the finish line trying to clear songs, tracking down all the original mixes. You'll hear from the collaborators. The number one thing was just to make sure that these songs came out as Gus had intended them to sound. So nothing was tweaked. The only thing I will say that was interesting was this album had been sent to mastering, and that day Liza found better versions of White Tea, Cobain, and Witchblades on Gus's computer. So it was, I think, just, more updated mixes, so it has literally been down to the minute, but really excited to get this out there. We're gonna preview about half of the album tonight. We're gonna bring everybody out to talk about it afterwards. I'm gonna introduce Roger from Masked Gorilla now. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the music.
What's up? Wow, these lights are really bright. I just want to say really quick, Nedar just spilled a full beer on my pant leg. It's not ideal. It's not an ideal situation. But I want to thank Liza for putting this all together. She's a grieving mother, but also a mother and also a school teacher. And I don't know how she finds the time to do all this fucking bullshit, but she does it, so shout out to her. I'm excited for everyone to hear the album. You know, it was recorded in 2017, some of the newer songs, but it sounds like it was recorded in 2025. And I think a lot of people like to say that like Peep was the this or that of our generation, but that doesn't do him justice. Lil Peep was the Lil Peep of our generation. Fucking sorry for cursing. I'm very nervous, but culture and pop culture have been molded in his image. Juice WRLD made a song about him. Billie Eilish wears his merch. Post Malone has a portrait fucking tattoo of him on his body. Justin Bieber would adopt him, thank you. Justin Bieber posts about him on Instagram. And I think, like, it's not for me to say or for anyone to deny that he was one of the most influential artists of our generation. And it's unfortunate that that progress was halted short for us as fans and for him, but it's also unfortunate for everyone else because they're gonna have to actually like find their own way to do stuff instead of stealing from him. So, with that being said, we're gonna play some music from the album.
Ready?
We got about 8 songs. A lot of the music that we're gonna play is with people that are gonna be coming out on stage after. Better Off Dead, Gabe, Era, Nedar, Cortex, and Laderick. And let's play the music.
Start.
Long live Peep!
Do a lot, boy.
Keepers!
Don't stop, boy.
Big head on the beat.
You can never stop, boy. Yeah. I was running from the cops, boy. Yeah. Call it rap, call it pop, boy. Yeah. Call it what you want, boy. Yeah. We call you a op, boy. Yeah. You got a big gun, who you shot, boy. Call it rap, call it pop, boy. Yeah. Call it what you want, boy. Yeah. We call you a op, boy. Yeah. I'm a real life god, boy. Real life god, boy. Why the fuck you lying in the streets? Why the fuck you lying to me? Why the fuck you lying to her? You couldn't even buy the purse. Everybody wanna flex on each other. I just want some money from my mother. This ain't no competition. Please listen. Hold on, listen to it. I was really in the kitchen. Yeah. But I sing about bitches. Yeah. Cause I really know killers. They're not like you and I can tell it. I can smell it. I can see it in your eyes, boy. Yeah. That's why I got respect. Cause I ain't a fucking lie, boy. Yeah. Yeah. Call it right, call it pop, boy. Yeah. Call it what you want, boy. Yeah. We call you an op, boy. Yeah. You got a big gun, who
Thank you. Someday I want to get this one for sure. She has cracked me